Yeah, really proud of that win today. I thought it was a very complete game from the offensive side, scoring 4 runs early, kind of setting the tone, and then would like to see us, extend that lead a little bit more, throughout those next few innings, but able to add a few late and good pitching again, and defense was solid. So extremely proud of these guys coming out here today and, securing that series.
I'm not sure if it was touched on yesterday, but Slade Wilkes having another big day today. Just how huge is that for him?
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean, like we said, last week or whenever it was, we need Slade to go, and for him to have some really good swings. Even one of his outs I thought was very loud. So he looks good, and then Carson getting some of that going too. So really good to see those guys getting more comfortable in there and getting off some good swings.
Talk a little bit about McIntrye at the top of the lineup, the speed he gives you there, and Billy do some things on the base paths. Pretty good contact guy.
He is. I mean, he's dynamic. He makes things happen. I mean, he touches the ball. He's got great hand-eye coordination, and I love those infield hits. And I tell him when I see him hit a ball on the left side and stuff, he's doing exactly what we want. So, he can create stuff, and that's good to have. And you don't always have to split a gap or whatever to be effective offensively, and I think he's a great testament to that.
You haven't gotten a sweep yet this season. Obviously, this series was touted as one of the biggest ones coming in. What would it be to get a sweep, and how do you do it?
I mean, it'll be huge. I mean, that's kind of the icing on the cake if you can do that. We put ourselves in a position to do that. So we got to come out tomorrow and fight and play good baseball. I know they're going to be ready, and that's a good team and stuff. So it'll be a great challenge. Should be great baseball, and I look forward to our guys, ready to try to answer that call.
I believe it was top of the 8th. They had 2 men on. They line out to first and get that double play. That really, I think the game was still in contention. Then you talk about the defense today. I just thought there were several key plays.
No, there were some good plays all the way around, and in that inning, sometimes the ball goes your way, and that guy hit it on the screws, but right to Russo, we get the double play, and and you got to have some of that sometimes. You got to have a little luck involved with it too. But I'll take it, and just proud of us putting ourselves in the position that we're in today.
Talk a little bit about the action Colby gets on that 2 seam, and maybe somebody you've had before you can compare it to.
Yeah, he gets some good sync on it for sure. The comp, I don't know. I'd have to think about it a little bit more, but he's grown, and that's the thing that I'm so proud of. Him covering those 3 innings there, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And putting goose eggs up, that's kind of called the bridge, get you to your closer and stuff. So when you have a bullpen that you have some of those pieces that can do that, it really, really strengthens that bullpen. So it was a great moment by him today.
Only 5 arms coming out so far this weekend. Can you just kind of talk on the depth and the performance of your bullpen?
Yeah, well, that's a great thing. When you can win 2 ball games and only use 5 arms, that's something we celebrate. And my challenge is keeping the guys ready. Everybody wants to be out there, and I get that, and as competitors. But celebrate the little things, celebrate the victories, and keep themselves ready. But no, I mean, I knew we had a competitive staff, and and when you have a staff that is competitive like that, it usually makes guys elevate a little bit. So I think we're seeing some of that, and challenge is to bring that every day.
I think Nick getting that double in the bottom of the 8th was big for him.
Absolutely. We need him to get going, and I know he feels good now, after finding that barrel and that big hit, and hopefully that'll carry over.
What kind of went into the decision of putting him at 3rd?
I mean, you just you figure out ways to do it, and he's an athlete. He's played infield, and if we feel like he could play 2nd last year, we felt like we had enough confidence for him to be able to go over there and play 3rd. So just trying to find ways to get all the bats in that you want, plus maintain some defensive integrity too. So I thought he did a good job.
Is there any update on Nolan Tucker?
No, not yet. He's gonna, get an X-rayed on it, and we're worried that it might be the hamate bone in his hand, and if that's the case, then you might be looking about a 4-week period, 4 or 5 week period, get that fixed and get him back hopefully.
And more coach. To the depth issue, you still got JW not who hadn't thrown yet. Is there a plan for them? I know it's early.
Yeah, J-Dub, he's been working through some things, but he's feeling great now, so I'm hoping to get him back. And, and Ock and Meeks, and we got some other guys, Jackson Parker. I mean, it's tough. One of the hardest jobs as a coach, as a pitching coach especially, is managing your staff and keeping them happy. But it's a good thing. Like I said, when you're winning games and guys are still waiting their turn and time, and we're just, it's a long season, so a lot of things can happen.
Just speaking of the pitchers, Billy Oldham, what kind of consistent pitcher has he become for you guys?
Well, I know exactly what I'm going to get. He's going to plus and minus. He's going to mix and keep the hitters off balance, and for the most part. And and he's going to make them beat them by getting hits and stuff. And so Billy's done a great job. He's an oak tree. I know what I'm going to get every time. So hopefully he'll keep doing that.
Billy, pretty strong to start out. 7 strikeouts for you. Just what were you feeling out there today?
Yeah, I felt stuff was pretty good. Changeup felt really good. Been working on just being more consistent with that. Throwing bullpens on the game mound and looking at the TrackMan data. I've been doing that recently the past 2 outings. I think that's helped me a lot. And yeah, it's always good to start out with a couple strikeouts.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like just early on this year, you kind of punched out a couple more guys than maybe you did last year with grounders and stuff. Have you felt any change with that?
Yeah, it's Coach Oz. Coach Oz likes us to get ahead, and when I do that, I got a chance to strike guys out. Been kind of getting away from that in the middle innings and throwing too many pitches. That's why I'm not going deep as I can. But yeah, when I'm getting ahead early and just going right for the kill and putting guys away is Coach Oz, what he wants us to do.
I thought it was big for you to bounce back post a scoreless after giving up those 2. I mean, did you have to make any adjustment? Or?
Yeah, just stuck with the approach. We was primarily fastball changeup today. I threw 1 slider and it was working. So we stuck with that. Didn't change too much, and yeah, I was happy too because 4-2 ball game. We gotta put up another 0 there, and so we can get into a really good pen.
Then your pitch count up, as you said earlier. Is that a command thing, or guys just seeing it better after a couple of times through the rotation?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to be too fine with my pitches. I get ahead most of the time, and then I waste 2 pitches and get to 2-2 with almost everybody. It feels like in the middle innings, and I got to start getting some more strikeouts or some more early contact, and that's what Coach Oz likes for us to do. And last year I was huge on that, and I had kind of gone away from that the past 2 outings, and I'll be back.
And you got guys like Colby and JB behind you. Just how much more confidence is that going to make you, just knowing that you go out there and kind of maybe have less pressure on them?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, our pen is incredible this year so far, and we have guys that even haven't got in, like Landon Payne. He's was going to be the closer, and now we just haven't had close enough ball games for him to get in. But yeah, it is really easy to pitch when I know, if I'm out there in the 5th or 6th, then put 2 guys on, we can put someone in and they can probably strike out the next batter. It does take a lot of pressure off.
Scott Berry described the position of catcher as being the quarterback of the baseball team. Can you just kind of talk about what Lawson Odom has brought this season? He seems like just a little ball of energy out there.
Oh yeah, it's a perfect way to describe him. He's so energetic back there, so passionate. You make a good pitch and he'll throw a fist pump immediately, and he'll stick a pitch and try to get a call for me. And I love throwing to Lawson, and he is doing a lot back there for the team that some people may not notice.
The offense today felt like it took some leads, 10 base hits, and then 4 runs in that first inning. What did you think about how they kind of maybe took a lead today?
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, we knew Indiana State was coming in with a good staff, and hitters weren't afraid of that. We knew we were going to work on grind out at bats, get guys on, and scoring. That's what we've done the past 2 games. We hopefully continue that on Sunday.
All right, y'all fire away, gentlemen.
All right, so just starting out, Dalton, you are one of the many freshman faces and one of the many new faces in this lineup. Can you just kind of talk about what it's been like transitioning from the level you were at to now being here with Southern Miss baseball?
Honestly, it was a little nerve-wracking at first, of course. Like coming from the JUCO atmosphere, you don't see crowds like this, and at first you're like more scared than anything, even though they're really there to support you. So once, even me and even the other young guys kind of starting to settle in and feed off of the crowd's energy instead of kind of tremble because of it.
How do you like hitting in the leadoff spot? Seems like that's been one of the boosts the lineup has kind of needed the past few games.
Ever since freshman year of high school, I've always batted leadoff. It's been kind of a comfort thing for me. I like going up there and seeing pitches at first, even if that means just going up there and seeing pitches and not getting a hit. I just like to go up there and try to get some momentum for the team, try to get some info to the guys. And I'm very comfortable out of it.
Is there a key to getting infield hits? You seem to do that a lot.
Run hard, I guess. I guess it's not really a science. It's kind of just as soon as you see the ball hit the ground, I mean, I try to just bust it out of the box. I don't ever want to just like slow up on the way to first. You never know what's going to happen. You just want to at least try to get on base for the guys behind me to drive me in.
Do you do a lot of cardio, or is that just something natural for you?
I think it's more natural than anything. Of course, Coach Mack has us doing a lot of speed training stuff. Not a lot of cardio for me because he doesn't want me losing any more weight than I already do. So.
Talk about, you already mentioned the crowd in terms of adjusting to the D1 level. Can you talk about the other adjustments, like, you know, dealing with D1 pitching?
It's a lot different. I mean, the guys have a lot better stuff. There's a lot more pitchability. You'll see some guys in JUCO who can throw it hard, but they don't really know where it's going, or they have one pitch. These guys here, I mean, they've been really good. I mean, it took quite a bit to adjust. You can get any pitch in any count was the biggest thing for me to adjust to.
This was arguably one of the most important series that this team will have this season. Can you just kind of talk about what it means to start off the series 2-0?
It's a great feeling. I mean, definitely we've had some struggles at the plate even in the past. We have to admit it, but to come out here and like get the bats going, we got a lot of guys swinging it well. Just to come out here against a great opponent. I mean, 2 great arms that we've really had to battle for, and I think we've really just like competed a lot these past few days.
We're about 2 weeks into the year now. What do you think kind of shifted the change for you guys in the series? 10 base hits. I believe that might be. No, it's not. But just the change you guys have had, the mentality at the plate.
Our coaches have really been on us the last couple weeks, like really sticking with the approach. There's a lot of guys coming up here, like coming up to the plate, just trying to like hit the ball hard and not sticking to approach. And also like they've really been like telling us it's a game. Like of course it's competitive, but at the end of the day, you're pressing, you're not gonna have fun, you're not gonna perform to your best of your ability unless you have fun.
Got it. Saw you in the dugout, and you were dealing with a little bit of belt issues. Can you just kind of talk about that? Was it something similar to what Nico Mazza did last week, or is it something different?
Nico's is more, I think, it was his velo pouch down here that kind of busts his belt. But mine, I think I jumped a little too hard sliding into second there, and I broke probably 6 or 7 belts just sliding into second, so it just kind of broke on me.
What did you see on the home run ball?
There was 3-1 count, and it was a fastball. Try to put a good swing on it.
I think it was the only fastball they threw to you right there.
Yeah, I can't remember, to be honest. I kind of forget stuff like that. I just know the one I hit was a fastball, so yeah, I was excited about the result of that.
Did you know it was gone?
To be honest, no, I didn't. I knew, I definitely barreled it up, but I thought it was just going to be a pop-up, and it kind of just kept going and turned into be a pretty good homer, so I was excited about that for sure.
This is your 3rd year in the starting lineup, and your 3rd year playing right field. But does it ever get old running the bases and hearing that horn?
No, it's never gets old. I don't take it for granted at all. It's a blessing to be on this team and be out here and get to play in front of these fans of this community. So, yeah, it never gets old. It's a feeling like no other for sure.
Carson, starting to see you a little bit hit the ball now. Talk a little bit about when a pitcher makes a mistake or he gives you that fastball you're looking for, not missing it and putting a good lick on it.
Yeah, it's it's super important for that because I kind of pride myself on hitting fastballs. So whenever I get the fastball, that's what I'm best at. So for me, it's super important to kind of wait for a fastball, or if times battle if I have to, but if he throws one in, especially in a plus count situation, it's super important for me to get that, put a good swing on it like I did today. And ideally, that's what I do every time. But it's baseball, so it doesn't happen.
How much weight do you guys think you guys took off of yourselves in that first inning, scoring 4 runs?
That's definitely a big time deal that we did. Against any team, if any team does that, no matter the opponent, that definitely relieves some stress for sure. And to see Slade Wilkes just turn it on today, a bunch of other guys just mash. That's Coach Krill actually says like hitting's contagious. So whenever you see all your good buddies and best friends start swinging it, it definitely pumps you up a little bit, and that's kind of what we did today. We just kind of fed off each other, and that all started with the first inning.
I guess, can you kind of talk to how different this offense kind of is compared to the past? It feels like in the past it was, you had so many guys that could go yard. It was just a matter of waiting, whereas now it feels like this team is more of a manufacturer, maybe money ball type of team. Is that how you kind of see it?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's kind of what our hitting coach says, this year we necessarily can't bang the ball around in terms of homers like we used to in years past, but that doesn't mean we can't hit as good, if not better than last year or the year before's offense. I think we're a little bit more toolsy in terms of what we can do. We got guys that can bunt, like Dalton McIntrye. I mean, he's fast as lightning. If he puts the ball in play, he has an 85% chance of being safe. Gabe brought us. Lawson gets on base. He may not necessarily get a lot of hits, but he walks his tail off. So I think we definitely find more ways of getting on base and kind of manufacturing runs, like you said, in years past. And I think we're just now starting to heat up, and I hope we can continue to go.
You haven't been able to get a sweep yet this season. How do you come tomorrow and get a sweep?
We kind of just don't take our eyes off the end goal. Ideally every weekend we sweep, and this is definitely a good opponent. And if we sweep this team, it's gonna look really good at the end of the year, because here the past few years they've been a deep postseason team, and we understand that they're a good opponent. We definitely respect them in that aspect. But we just kind of come in here, keep our eyes on the prize, kind of have that tunnel vision, and don't get satisfied. Because teams lose on Sundays when they're satisfied, and we're gonna do our best not to let that happen.
You touched on it just a few moments ago, but Dalton McIntyre, just watching him play, how does he surprise you in ways, I guess?
Just the speed. I mean, you don't really find people that fast. I always tell him, when he's in the box and when we're in the outfield talking or just wherever, to kind of play his game. Because he's got guys hitting before and after him that can, hit doubles and stuff like that, and that's not his game. And I tell him that all the time. Just so for him just to be able to put it in play, it's fun to watch. Just to be able to hit a ground ball to shortstop, routine ground ball, and next the shortstop's sweating to get it to first, and he's safe. And that's kind of what 2 or 3 of his hits were today, and it's fun to watch for sure.
Can you just kind of talk about, as a captain on this team, can you talk about all of the new faces? Because there's a lot of them, but can you talk about the immediate impact that they've brought?
Yeah, first off, the chemistry is one of the impacts they brought. We got super close really early. So in years past, we haven't been able to come up here in the summer because of COVID or whatnot, but the last couple of years they've been doing that more and more. And this year, basically, the whole team was here this summer working out, and so that was definitely helpful for sure. So for them to come in here and bring the energy that they do, and you can tell they just love to be here, love to be on this team, love to play on this field. So the energy for sure, the chemistry, and we got a lot of dudes that are new. We got a lot of transfers, a lot of freshmen that are going to be ballers, and they are ballers now. But I'd say definitely the talent, chemistry, and energy are the big 3. And it'll change us for sure, and it has changed us.